What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So we've got some interesting things with Xbox Cloud Gaming today. It would appear there's either a quiet test or a soft launch or something going on with it with the Series S and X blade updates. Now, we've only heard about Series X blades really, but it appears it could be S or X. I mean, details are really limited right now, but if you go into Rainbow Six Siege, you'll see we get prioritized now on the performance. The 120 FPS mode is now working in there, which tells you this has to be running on a console capable of that, being the S or the X. So if I jump into here, just some solo gameplay for a minute so I can take a look at this, I can definitely feel the difference, and I'm used to how this game normally feels on the 1S or X blades, and this was much better. If I go over to prioritize resolution, you're going to see that difference. You're going to see a degrade in resolution and, of course, in our frame rate as I pan around here. So we'll jump back in here and we're going to change our settings back over. And you can indeed see that this is working the way that it should, prioritize performance. Now, I don't know if it's really a 120 stream or if it's just running the game at 120, the stream's still 60, but it would still make it look a lot better, feel a lot better, and you can even see it in the video, and I could definitely feel it while playing the game. Jumping over to Ori and Will-O-the-Wisp, because I went into a bunch of games trying to find stuff that would work. You'll see here the 1080p 120 does indeed work in Ori as well now, and it did not before, and also 4K 60 as the other option there. Now, you can't get 4K streaming here, but it does allow you to click that resolution, and it does increase the clarity, even though we still are on the 1080p stream for now. But this definitely tells me they're doing some things starting today with Xcloud, with Xbox Cloud Gaming. Now, I could tell just how smooth and crisp and how good the latency was here running Ori, a really easy to run game anyway, at 120 FPS. If I go in and switch it over to 4K 60, now I could see it here changing resolution when I was really staring at the screen, but because the stream is 1080, I kind of get limited on how much we can notice. But I definitely notice when I leave it on the 4K 60, while still fantastic looking and the latency still felt great, it didn't quite have that crispiness that I was feeling when I had it set to the 1080p 120. So I'll go back in and I'm going to switch that back over. And this was just really interesting to get into. They are definitely doing some stuff here, getting ready for their launch. But yeah, everything just felt great here at the 1080p 120. So jumping over to our next game I want to take a quick look at is Yakuza Like a Dragon. And not only are the loading times just so much faster, and that's the case in all these games because we are on those SSDs. If I go into the game's options here now, we do have the ability to go from normal and the high resolution. So you'll see high resolution mode, and then you'll see the normal mode. Really, really cool having these options now, and the clarity really did make a big difference. We were running down through the street here on our, I believe this was the 30 FPS mode, and then over here to the 60, which would have the lower resolution but the smoother frame rate. A lot you can play around with there. Jumping over into Destiny now, this was another interesting one. While I cannot activate 120 Hz mode yet, I've tried this on and off for a couple hours here today, then I can still tell a huge difference. Now, one thing you're going to notice will be the load time. When we go into control, once we take off, I'll show you that, and then I'll double check as I went into cruise. No, still can't do the 120, but they could be controlling that. There could be different options for that because there's no way this is running on the old 1S or 1X type blade. Look at the load in right here. Normally this would take a good while on the older consoles, but this right here is the series loading very fast. So definitely something going on with Destiny, running way better on Xcloud than it was prior to today, but we still don't have the 120 activated, at least at the time of filming this. Jumping over into Outriders, nothing super official here either, but I did notice a difference in all the texture resolution here in the character model. And also I'm going to let this play through here because watch the loading once again down in the bottom right hand corner. There's no way the older console is doing this. It took forever to load before. There you have it, loaded in. That is more like an S or an X SSD type loading right there. And the game was a lot more responsive for me, and the textures looked way better than when we were on the old hardware. So definitely some things happening here for Outriders as well. There's a lot of different games we can jump into, but No Man's Sky is another one that really helps confirm things going on here. We're going to jump in. I want to show you this real time as well. When you jump into one of these blades, or whatever's going on with the upgrades they're working on here, this screen, this section is faster than it would normally be. It still takes quite a few seconds there, but much quicker than what it would normally be. And of course, also games are loading much quicker. So as we get into No Man's Sky, what I want to show you here is the settings, and this was in the thumbnail actually. You jump in here to the settings and you're going to see specifically in the video the Xbox Series S enhancements listed. So specific to the S, which is really interesting in here for No Man's Sky. So for me, this is really exciting stuff for Xcloud or Xbox Cloud Gaming Beta, and they're going to be giving everybody access in a few weeks. They've announced that a few times now, so it looks like they're getting ready not just for that, but for upgrades as well. So, all right, guys, thanks a lot for coming to check out the video. I really appreciate it. Subscribe if you haven't. Thumbs up, ring the bell, leave your comment and all that. All right, again, thanks for coming to watch. Really appreciate it. I'll see you guys in the next one.